Marley from the Energy Boutique with your energy forecast for Thursday, August 18th. So we have the moon in Taurus all day. We are trying to slow things down, focus on the details, focus on the happiness, the joy, the pleasure of the present moment. We're trying to get in our bodies, get in our physical circumstances in order to recognize where it is that we need more safety, security, stability, and a little bit more happiness, a little bit more fun. So there are 9 different aspects here today, and 7 of them involve the moon. Right out of the gate, we have a beautiful aspect taking place. Venus, of course, the ruler of this Taurus moon energy, is currently in Leo energy, just kind of revving things up, putting pep into our step, focusing on what it is that we need to be bold and brave and courageous in order to actually pursue. We have new passions, new desires coming online. We just want to kind of have fun, lighten the vibe, bring back that childlike fun and curiosity. And Venus will be trining, which is a beautiful energy, with Jupiter, who is retrograde in Aries energy. So Jupiter is about growth and expansion, belief, possibilities. And in this Aries energy, again, Leo and Aries, both fire signs, we are going to feel a little bit fired up in all the right ways. This is bringing in a brand new optimism, a brand new confidence that things are going to be okay, especially where love and money are concerned. It's going to bring a whole bunch of big feels, those heart chakra activations that we talked about in the ascension forecast for this week are definitely going to be at the top of the list. Now, this is good feels. This could be bad feels. Mostly good feels because this is a positive energy. We're really trying to raise our vibration, raise our frequency. We're trying to boost up our positivity in our outlook, in our attitude. We want to renew our spirits. We want to be hopeful for the future. And this is really putting us in a very, I'm going to say, excitable state where we're actually looking forward instead of looking back. Now, this is going to really trigger a new level of socializing. We want those connections. We want to connect very deeply. We want like-minded people. We want to definitely spread the good vibes that we're currently feeling. We're trying to lift our own spirits. We're trying to lift the spirits of other people. This is a big energy coming from our heart chakra. So we're definitely putting ourselves out there in a way that we probably wouldn't if we weren't under this influence. We are happy-go-lucky. We are just looking for smiles, for excitement, for entertaining. This is a beautiful energy for us to kind of, open our heart space, open our head space, and see what it is that we're being activated, triggered to actually pursue in our life. The moon is going to interact with Chiron, though. Again, this is another example on how we take 2 steps forward, feel really good, and then maybe an energy aspect comes in where it brings us down a couple of pegs. The moon in Taurus interacting with Chiron, the wounded healer at this particular point, is going to give us a little bit of a bird's eye view on the growth, on the improvement that we are going through, but also illuminating where it is that we still have some work to do. Now, this particular aspect, because the moon is in Taurus, definitely focused on the physical body, where it is that, we need to take care of ourselves a little bit more. This is likely the topic and the theme that Chiron is going to shine a bright light on, because we do have to get back to the bare basics of taking care of ourselves, having a healthy routine, providing ourselves with emotional safety and security and stability. So although this is going to illuminate where it is that we've made some progress, it's likely going to illuminate where in our physical lives, in our physical bodies, we need to pay a little bit more attention to making sure that the body is feeling good, healthy, and strong. The moon is going to come up to, conjunct, bump into both the true node and Uranus. As you know, the true node and Uranus have been doing this beautiful little dance in the cosmos over the last couple of weeks, creating a ripple effect in our fate, in our destiny, bringing unexpected opportunities to the forefront, really showing us where it is that things are getting shook up. And if you're feeling this in a negative way, realize that these particular aspects are being shook up to show you how weak of a foundation they actually are, and where it is that you have to decide whether you're going to pour time, energy, and love into stabilizing said foundations, or whether you need to recognize where to abandon said foundations and actually start fresh, building something new, more safe, more stable, more encouraging, more supportive on what it is that you're actually trying to manifest in your life. That true note, again, trying to get us on the right path of our soul's purpose, of our soul's mission. This Uranian energy comes in. It is the Great Awakener. We might have some epiphanies, some light bulb moments pop off in order for us to emotionally see either A, where it is that we're too fixated, too attached to the old foundations that are crumbling, having a hard time letting go, or B, where it is that we can open our mind up to new ways of doing things, new ways of rebuilding said foundations that we now realize aren't as safe, supportive, and encouraging as one would like. Later on in the afternoon, here's where things get a little bit murky. We have Mercury, again, Mercury in its place of power in Virgo energy, making a very tough aspect with Saturn, the Lord of Karma. So this is definitely going to put a lot of pressure in our mental plane, probably bring a lot of sensitivity to our thoughts, to our feelings. We might be agitated, easily triggered by other people's, I'm going to say, ideas, thoughts, just speech in general. We have a lot of pressure in the mental plane, a lot of pressure in the crown. Again, check out the ascension forecast for this week if you haven't already. This is a lot of mental anxiety. This is going to interfere with us having the kind of clarity that we were hoping for. This is going to kind of trigger insecurities and doubts. This is going to put us in a very difficult situation to be able to have a conversation and actually be heard, be understood, have our ideas, our information received in the way that we were hoping. This can definitely trigger negative Nancy, Betty the bully. We're really tapping into that shadow aspect of Mercury being in Virgo, which is highly critical, super judgmental, trying to pick things apart in order to actually see what needs to stay and what needs to go. Sometimes we have to sit in the funk of our mental plane to realize that it's not doing us any good, in order to realize that we got to get rid of that and adopt a different perspective, a different narrative. This is definitely going to be heavy on the mental plane, and it might even bring up a little bit of an element where we feel like we're forgetting something. We're not able to put our finger on it. We just feel like something's missing. And I would say that this is not a good time to make any kind of concrete plans or decisions. Do not make any kind of choices at this particular point because we're not thinking clearly and we have a little bit more of a negative disposition than a positive one. The moon is then going to go ahead and get into the boxing ring with Saturn. So this is definitely going to bring us down a couple of pegs. We do have to feel the weight of the world on us. We are in a particular integration week here. Again, Ascension forecast. If you haven't listened to it, we're in the integration week. All the light codes that we received last week under the Lionsgate portal, under the full moon in Aquarius, are being activated and integrated. So we're getting a little bit of a reality check. We do have to bring ourselves down a couple of pegs. We do have to have a seriousness, a somberness to us in order to realize what it is that's actually sucking the life out of us at this point. The moon in Taurus, again, just wants to focus on the little things, the little joys, the little creature comforts. We want to feel good. We want to feel safe and stable and balanced. And a lot of the tasks, a lot of the roles and responsibilities, a lot of the commitments that we have previously made in life are preventing us from actually enjoying the present moment. Therefore, we have to restructure, reorganize how it is that we are engaging with certain people, certain tasks, certain roles in our lives in order to maintain our own energy and not give our energy and power away to other people or situations. And getting into the boxing ring with the Lord of Karma, who is retrograde, this is a good reflection on where it is that we have to bring our power back within ourselves, make sure that we're happy, operating from a full cup before we go ahead and start concerning ourselves with what other people want, need, desire, think of us, we shouldn't care. We have to retract our energy. We have to use it to stabilize ourselves first before we go ahead and start sharing ourselves with the rest of the world. This square does need us to sit in an uncomfortable tension point in order for us to realize what needs to change. And we also have to take a good look at where our roles and responsibilities are getting in the way from us actually taking care of ourselves first and foremost. This will be a realization. This will be an aha moment. This should be a good indicator on where it is that we need to reorganize certain aspects of our life. We do get a little bit of a pick-me-up though, because the moon then trines, which is a beautiful energy, with Mercury. The reason being, Taurus and Virgo energy, both earth energies. This gives us our blending of energies, the trine. We get to work together. This means that our heart, the moon, and our head, Mercury, they're getting on the same page. We've had some aha moments. We're processing things differently. We have a different perspective. We have a different understanding. We have flashes going off in our mental plane on where it is that we do need to reorganize and restructure our energy, our routine, our tasks, our chores, our roles, our responsibilities. This earth energy needs us to stay present in the moment, analyze what isn't working for us so that we can provide a solution. That Virgo energy just wants to fix things, wants to heal things. So that earlier energy of entering into the boxing ring with Saturn is definitely opening up our heart and our head to new methods, new ways of doing things, new realizations, and we're getting on the same page. Now, later on in the evening, the moon will semi-square Jupiter. This isn't going to feel good. This is likely going to put us in a situation where we're feeling too much. Again, being very hypersensitive. Jupiter, although wants us to grow, constantly progress, constantly improve in our life, is all about beliefs and wisdom as well. And right now, because Jupiter is retrograde, we're having to reflect back, especially back to April and May, on where it is that we've been through some tough love life lessons, where it is that we should had some spiritual lessons teach us a thing or two on our energy, on what it is that we need to do with ourselves. But a semi-square is a tension point as well. And Jupiter, in this particular aspect, is magnifying, turning the volume all the way up on all the changes that we have to make. We just had this realization on where our energy needs to be retracted from some particular relationships and situations in our life that are too draining for us. But now we're focused on all the things that we have to do, have to change, have to reorganize, have to restructure in our lives. And that can get a little bit overwhelming, kind of taking us out of the present moment that the moon in Taurus would like us to sit in and find beauty and peace in. We're not really finding a whole lot of peace and harmony at this particular moment because we're focused on all of the things that we want to do, all of the things that we want more of, and what that is going to require from us in order to actually manifest those elements in our life. The beautiful aspect here, the last aspect of the day, is the moon in Taurus, sextiling, which is a beautiful energy, with Neptune, who is retrograde in its place of power in Pisces. So this particular energy is us kind of giving ourselves a little bit of a permission to step out of the present moment, to move into our la-la land, our imaginary land, our higher vision, if you will, to remind ourselves what it is that we're actually fighting for. Sometimes when we're too present in the moment, we forget about the dream, we forget about the vision, we forget about how good it feels to actually visualize ourselves in a situation, in a scenario that we're actively trying to manifest. Because the moon in Taurus, typically speaking, doesn't want us to be in the past or in the future, wants us to be present in the moment to find the peace and harmony and beauty in the small things in life. We don't typically venture into la-la land. And this particular energy is requiring us to move into la-la land because we're in a reworking situation here. Again, please listen to the ascension forecast for this week. We are building towards our let's call it crisis point, our full accumulation of the life lesson that we are currently in since the new moon in Leo. This is going to bring us to our last quarter moon at 26 degrees in Taurus, which has a lot of flashbacks to eclipse season. This is again, bringing everything full circle, snapping the puzzle pieces together in order for us to rework, to adjust to our new perspective, our new plans, our new epiphanies, our new aha moments. And we've had many of them throughout the course of this week. Again, a high integration week. So this Neptune energy is making our intuition very strong, making our vision, our dream very strong, really embodying the energy, the attitude, the vibration, the frequency that we would be feeling if we were actually living in the dream and the vision that we're currently trying to manifest. So this is a beautiful energy for us to kind of lose ourselves in that dream, remind ourselves what it is that we're fighting for, and then bringing it back into the present moment, into the physical body, into the present emotion and mental plane that we currently have, to rework a couple of things, to remind ourselves why we're fighting the good fight. And in doing so, we are going to kind of rearrange what needs our energy, focus, and attention in the here and now.